welcome to the Q&A for L to the Deadites. I'm with the director, Steve Villeneuve, and producer, and the other producer, Martin Bruyère, who is also a protagonist of the movie.
Hey, hello everyone.
Hey guys.
So yeah, let's dig into the first question, the basic. So how did you get the idea to make a movie about the fans of Evil Dead?
Actually, the idea came when I was shooting the sequel of Under the Scares, which was my first documentary that got screened at Fantasia. Also, like we started shooting the sequel of Under the Scares, and during the sequel, people were talking about the crowdfunding and stuff. So I was like, it would be cool to try to do something with the fans of Evil Dead, like doing some kind of crowdfunding to see if it's working or not for the documentary. And then it kind of start like in a big time, and we kind of put the other documentary on the side and start to focus on the L to the Deadites.
And you, Martin, how did you get like into that project with Steve? Was it from the beginning?
That's a funny story because when I got the call from Steve for the first time, I was actually receiving my daughter because I was adopting a kid. And when Steve called, I think it was like during the few days we got her at the house. I don't know how to say it, but so I had a hard time deciding if I would go and help Steve because here I was being a father for the first time, and I was like, oh, I can't go and do that. I mean, if I go, my wife's going to be alone with my daughter. And my wife said, well, go for it. This is an opportunity. This is the time for you to try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at the same time, if it works, it's going to be a lot of fun for you. And I made the decision to start working with Steve, and I believe that it was one of the best decisions in my entire life because we had a lot of fun.
And we didn't really know each other before. We know each other because he was screening films and I was screening film at Fantasia or at other film festival in Montreal. So like our path crossed a little bit, but we never actually kind of like sit down and drink a beer together, for example. And to be honest, I don't remember why I decided to call him. I remember I was like, okay, I need to go there. I want to do this film. We need to go to Cinema Wasteland because Tom Sullivan is there, and like I need to follow somebody. And I don't know, maybe Martin, you kind of post something on Facebook. I saw you and I was like, oh, great, yeah, Martin is a big fan, and then it just started that way, and since then we're kind of best friends.
Oh,
Just kind of.
the beginning of a project, beginning of a friendship. That's awesome. Yeah. And but why did you choose like Evil Dead precisely? What does Evil Dead means for both of you?
Well, for me, Evil Dead is like my favorite film. Well, I'm always like considering like the three films as my favorite film. If you ask me what's your top three films, I'm gonna say, well, there's the Evil Dead franchise, then there's Alien, and finally there Jason Goes to Hell. I know everybody's laughing right now, but I was a collector. I got a shelf here with a couple of film stuff. So it kind of started that way. And I remember as a kid, I think as a kid I saw Army of Darkness first on television, and then I think I saw Evil Dead 2, and after that I saw Evil Dead 1, which in French is called L'Opéra de la Terreur. So it kind of, and I was young, so I didn't realize like this was a trilogy, because I saw the movie like different years and stuff. So that's where my love for Evil Dead started.
In my case, I think I'm one of the lucky ones because I was living in Maniwaki before, and the owner of the movie theater was someone who didn't mind when kids went to the movies and watch horror movies. I can say it because now he's dead, but the first time I went to the movie theater, I remember it was like a small TV playing L'Opéra de la Terreur, like Steve said. and the movie playing was Evil Dead 2. So I was actually watching L'Opéra de la Terreur before the movie started, and then I went to Evil Dead 2 and watched the movie. Oh my God, I was around like 9 or 10 years old, if I remember right. And oh my God, was I scared shitless. But it was a great experience. It was so much fun. I love that movie theater. I miss it so much.
And now, how many copies each of you own of Evil Dead? You have like the VHS copy, the DVD, the Blu-ray. Like I have I took it with me the Anchor Bay version, like the crazy that like for Evil Dead fans, like there's so many versions that you can get.
Is yours still doing sound, or when you were
That's the
playing that?
second one, and the second one,
Oh,
like the
okay.
plastic, like got dry, so it looks like shit right now. So I can't really like show it to you, but I have both of them.
To be honest, I had to count. I don't know how many copies I have. I have different copies from everywhere, from VHS to beta to um, like HD DVD. Is
Yeah,
it like the first before
yeah.
Blu-ray and stuff? I have the HD DVD. I think it's Army of Darkness, but I don't know, maybe 75, which is so under the number of the fans that you can see in the movie. Like I don't know how many.
Especially
Uh,
Mike.
yeah, Michael, and John, and even Dennis, Elise, they all have like a bunch, and I see them online, yeah, on a daily basis, and they're still buying things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But what about them? How did you meet all those people, the protagonists of the film?
Oh boy,
Well,
it's.
maybe not like each one of them, but was it like through our convention or like through Facebook?
It was really online. When we start like the little Indiegogo and the promotion around it, the first thing that I did was looking online, like who is the biggest fan of Evil Dead, and I saw that like the ultimate fan contest that the IGN did, and then I kind of look for Brie Commons, who was the winner, and then I start talking with her, and she's the one start telling me like all the super fan, and then she told me there's a super fan in Montreal called Elise. She's amazing, so she gave me her contact, and then we kind of start. The filming with Elise, like we went at her place and we kind of did some kind of a little sneak peek of what L to the Deadites will look like, and then after it just like it was just like talking to different people, and then for example like the wedding part of the in the documentary. Well, we were this is like a super story. We were at Cinema Wasteland. We did the interview with Tom Sullivan, and it was like, today there was a wedding here. I was like, oh, we missed that. And I think, is it the following day, or I don't remember if it's the following day or just online. Like we post something about the wedding, and the brother of Kevin, the guy who got married, kind of like contact me, and he's like, hey, like, my brother did the engagement and stuff. So we start chatting around, and they decide to get married like a year after, like exactly on the same date. So it was during Cinema Wasteland. So that's why like we went back to Cinema Wasteland. We went to see Tom. We filmed him. He gave us he gave us some goodies for them, and we went to the wedding like the following day. So it's all the way.
It's like a long process. Like you're talking about 1 year apart for like two convention. But how much time did it take to make the movie?
It
Like
took
approximately. I
no,
know
no,
I
well,
know
it
documentaries.
yeah, but it took 7 years at the end of the day. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I know because like Martin was like bugging me every 2 months, like, hey, is it done? Is it done, man? Is it done? But yeah, and it took 7 years. Like, and the last when we filmed Bruce. Is it in 2015? I think so.
I believe it was. That
2015.
was in Chicago, right?
Yeah, it was in Chicago, 2015 or 2016, that we filmed Bruce, and he was like the last cast member of the film that we did the interview with him, and then after after everything was filmed, we started doing the I don't want to say like horror specialists, Evil Dead specialist guys, but Chris Alexander, John Fallon, Mike Gingle, and the university teacher Andre also, like, were the 4 last people that we filmed.
Cool. And like you're talking about Bruce Campbell, but I think like everybody wants to know how was he? Because like in the documentary for me was like super special to see this interview, because usually Bruce Campbell has kind of a persona, like in public he's always playing like a character, like he's like playing the superstar, but in the documentary what is crazy is like he's super real, like he's a bit emotional, with about his fans, like it's really fun to see him like that. So how was he like meeting him, and like how was he like in the interview?
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead, Martin, because Martin is the stress guy, so he's going to tell. It was one hell of an adventure.
Like you said, we've been going from convention to convention, and every time was so much fun, and we were building up that moment when we were about to meet the man himself, Bruce Campbell. And we had high hopes, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because we went through every actors from Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. I remember doing Horror Hound. Horror Hound was amazing. All the cast from Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 were there, but Bruce Campbell wasn't in the same room because it's Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is a lot bigger than
legend,
the other one. Bruce Campbell, I mean, he played like in 300 movies. So we were in Chicago at that time, and we were interviewing as many people as possible. And we were always close to Bruce Campbell. And we were waiting for the right moment, talking to his agent, interviewing other people, filming other things. But we were waiting for that specific moment. We were hoping so much to meet Bruce Campbell. And at the end of the weekend, finally, his agent came to us and said, okay, we have this room. You got 30 minutes. Go get prepared, and I'll send you Bruce Campbell. At that time, I became so nervous. I was like, oh my God. And I was the one filming at that time, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm not an expert at the camera. I'm good. Let's just say good, but not an expert like Guillaume or even Jonathan, who also participated in the movie. So I was so nervous. And I made sure that everything was in order. I had the light prepared. The camera was fixed on him. I made sure that everything was okay. And this guy is intimidating, like big time. And he's tall, very tall, very confident man. So I made it. And I believe the footage came out really well. But funny story, I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah, Martin. No.
That's cool. That's very cool. So we're pre-recording this Q&A, so you might like discover it like with all the fans of Fantasia. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, Martin, he kind of refused to see anything. Well, he saw a bunch of little things, but he didn't see the movie. But something that you forgot about when Bruce agent came to see us, like he came to see us several times during the weekend. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back to you like in an hour, and then he was not coming, and then he was coming, and then he was not coming. He was Facebooking me. Yeah, Bruce is busy. Bruce might be available later on today. We're not sure. So we were always waiting, and Martin was like, it's not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. We came to Chicago. It's not gonna make it. And then on Sunday afternoon, his agent Mike came to see us, and he was like, okay, so everybody here is telling us that you guys are fucking cool, so Bruce gonna be there and like at 4 o'clock you need to go in this room and blah 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 blah. So and when we arrive in the room, we didn't realize that we were in the guest room of all the actors that were at the convention. And like next to us there was what is his name? He's playing Hawkeye in the Marvel movie.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't
Okay,
remember
yeah.
his name. Like he was
Jeremy or
there.
something.
Jeremy Reimer. Everybody was there. We're like, okay, like we're surrounded by like super big celebrities here. So yeah. Anyway, and the funny story is about Bruce is that like we start to talk about The Woods, a movie that they shot in Montreal, and like years ago, and realized that like he shot that film. A part of the film was shot at the Douglas Hospital in Montreal, which is where I shot my first film. So I was like, oh, so I was in the same room. That anyway. So yeah,
That's
but
cool.
it's funny stories.
So yeah, you're talking a lot about like horror convention. What would you say to someone who never went to a horror convention? Like myself, actually, I'm a big horror fan, but I never got like to travel to go to a horror convention. Like, how do you sell this? Yeah, I know.
Don't go. And the reason why I'm saying don't go is because if you go, you won't stop. It's that fun.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I didn't do any of those conventions before I met Steve, and the first time I went there, I was like, "Oh my God, why did I miss all this? Like,
Yeah.
why?" And since then, we've been to I don't know how many conventions, but we went to some like a few times, like Cinema Wasteland. I think we went there for probably 5, 6 times. Different ones, probably around 10, I guess. I'm not sure. And we can't stop. And now we want to go back, but we can't because of this COVID shit that's going on. But
I don't know what you're talking
wait
about.
to go back.
Steve, you're actually like one of the organizer of a convention in Montreal. Can you talk a bit about it, the Requiem Fest?
Yeah, it's a small one-day show that I start with Martin actually 5 years ago, and it's a one-day show where people can just come in, shop, watch some movies. We have a little room where we play movies, and it's just a lot of fun. You know, our goal is to keep this as inexpensive as possible for the vendor, but also for the fans who are coming, because you know it's not fun for the fans to have to pay, I don't know, $35-$50 just to come in, and then you know you already like spend, I don't want to say a lot of money, but you already spend $50 on your
A lot of money.
yeah.
I'm sorry to say so, but a lot of money. We spend a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same thing. You know, we keep it low for the fan, but we also keep it low for the vendors, because their goal, like our goal, is really for the vendor just to come back. You know, it's hard for a vendor who's like, I don't know, he's selling, I don't know, horror soap, you know, at like $6 a pieces. To arrive and then pay for a table of $300-$500 and get and do any profit. So we keep, the goal is really to keep everything super low and just to build a big horror family here in Montreal. So that's the goal.
And what's the date usually when there's no pandemic outside?
It's always the third Saturday of September. So it was supposed to be September 19 or 19 this year, but like next year is going to be September, I guess 20 or 20th, 21st. I don't know. So yeah.
Perfect. And did you say horror soap?
Yeah. There's some, yeah, like
Sorry, I'm just focusing on the detail, but
bad bombs.
Yeah, bad bombs. You know, it's
okay.
it's like. But,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know that
yeah, Friday the 13th.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's funny. I have one last question about the film. There's many clips of like fan videos, art. Where did you get all that? Did you did like the research yourself, or you went on Facebook? You did like a post to get like a bunch of people to send stuff.
We did all that. Did some research on my side. Then talk with Evil Dead fans. Like for example, like one of the thing that we wanted to do is to have this film made by the fans. So we
Mm-hmm.
didn't even try to get some footage of the franchise. You know, it was really only to get some to have the movie made by the fans. So like for example, the music in the film, it's all done by different bands who did some song about Evil Dead. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember John, which is from the UK, he kind of sent me CDs that he did by himself, you know, by collecting music everywhere, and he sent me 2 CDs that he print L to the Deadites on it. So I was like, okay, and with the contact of everybody because he knows all the bands, so I did contact them, or Martin contact them, I don't remember, and they came back to us and give us the right to use the music and the clip, the fan film, and everything in the movie. This and that's I think this is something cool that like everybody saw the Evil Dead and the film and everything. So everybody saw Bruce Campbell chop his hand, but you know, to see it in a fan film, which is like super well done. Also, that's the thing. It's like some of the fan film are amazing. The quality is just awesome. Um, so yeah, that's why we went that route.
Do you know how many clips you have? How many different like source you have from these?
I think I have we have I think it's 12 song plus we did use 2 other songs for the 2 teaser that we did, and for the extra footage, the snippet of the fan film. I think it's 15 or something like that. I don't have the exact
Okay,
numbers, but
cool.
yep.
So yeah, just to finish, do you have any project coming up? Are you doing like you were talking about Under the Scares 2? Do you still have this plan on your calendar at some point, maybe in 7 years after this one?
No, no, the goal is not to have this movie done in 7 years, but yeah, we're looking to do it because we were bright, because when we were leaving for convention and do some L to the Deadites interview, we also continue to do some interviews for that film. So I think I have about like 50 already interview that we did with major people, people that passed away, like Sig Egg, which is not fun, but other actor that are really well known, like Doug Bradley, for example, who's playing Pinhead, Dee Wallace. Uh, we have the Eduardo Sanchez, the director of the Blair Witch Project, Felicia Rose, who you all saw in Sleepaway Camp with the super ending. We have a bunch of people that we already filmed, so I think like
Cool,
soon we're gonna start the editing process on that.
amazing. And what
And
about you,
Martin,
Martin?
Martin have
Yeah,
another project. I don't know if you want to talk about it right now, or but you do have a documentary that you want to. No, I don't think like we can go for it. I'm not sure. I'm
oh,
putting you in
that's a
a.
tease. That's a big
I don't
tease.
know. I don't know.
I'm not
Let's
cutting ever
let's just
anything from this
say
Q&A, guys.
I do have like a hint about the project, and the only thing I'm gonna say it's gonna be a bad documentary.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Oh,
That's a good teaser.
okay. So let's finish on this like cryptic message. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Fantasia experience again this year. So
It was different, but it was good. Good.
and hope you have like a great success with the documentary. Do you have any other like a festival? Do you know like it's the starting point, but do you still have like other plans for the movie?
Well, right now it's gonna be playing at Fright Fest in the UK. There's the Horrible Imagining Festival also in the United States. There's the Buffalo Dreams Film Festival, which is cool because like this festival, when it started, actually the first film that opened that festival was Under the Scares, like 10 years ago. and then it's going to be playing. And the director of the festival told me he was like, okay, let's do this full circle. This year, the first movie of the festival is going to be held to the Deadites, so it's kind of a fun story.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks,
See you
Lemmy,
maybe
for
in a
having
couple
us.
of years with the next movie.